experiment here. Today I will show you my deck profile of Master E that I played in the first Riftlab Trial on last Friday with 104 people. I got to secure the 10th place. Sadly, I didn't get in top 8 for the top cut, but for a community event with that many people, I'm still very proud and will show you my deck list now. I played Master E from the Proving Ground set with the only real playable Master E champion at the moment. For the guys who don't know what E does, he says never a friendly unit defends alone, you get +2 might, so that's very good for holding a battlefield. And the Master E champion is just active and got ganking, so he can secure your last point, or you can aggressive conquer the battlefields if you need him, or just a good finisher. For the runes, I play 6 orange and 6 green runes. Tried with more orange runes and like 7 and 5 green runes, but some games it happens that I didn't got any green runes for counter on early game, so I get it back to 6 and 6. For the battlefields, I chose Growth of the Good Willow. When you hold the battlefield, you can draw a card. The basic strategy with these, you get your 2 battlefields and hold them. So this one gives you a really big advantage because you're good at holding battlefields with his passive ability, and you can get easy advantage with that. Second one was the Dreaming Tree. This one allows you, if the first spell you use on a friendly unit, you get to draw a card. As you will see later of the deck profile, I play a lot of pump spells, so I profit a lot from this battlefield. And at the moment, not a lot of decks play as many pump spells as you play in Yi, so your opponent can't really abuse that, and you can a lot. The third battlefield is the Arena's Greatest, just a passive effect. Both players get 1 point at the beginning, so you're not really a late game deck and you want to secure the win pretty fast, so this gives you an extra point to secure that even faster. So go to the units, play 3 Clockwork Keeper, just a good 2-drop if you didn't got any other plays to do in the early game, and late game you can recycle 1 green rune to draw a card. In most of the games you don't want to draw this card early because you get a rune disadvantage and you don't want that early. Second one is Pit Rookie. You can buff a friendly unit with him. You can also play him on the first turn if you don't got any other good plays, and it synergizes very good with a 5-cost set I will show you later, and pump a unit so you can defend even better. Next one, full playset of Stalwart Poro. Mainly you want him as your first drop on if you go first, because on defending with Master E he's 5 might, and as far as I know nobody can deal with their first unit on 3 runes. Can't deal with the 5 power defense of the Steel Warper if they attacking. Kaiser can still shoot him, but on every battle you basically win that. Next one, our 3 first mate. You can restand with him another unit. If you're second and that's your only unit, just play him to get the body on the board. But normally you want to save him, do some sneaky conquers or finish. So you play, maybe you got another unit on the battlefield, get your hold point and go to 6. Then move that unit from the battlefield back and play him to make it active again and go to the other battlefield. So you get your 8 point and win the game. Next one is Kiana. She got deflect, so if an opponent targets her with a spell or ability, they have to recycle, and if she conquer, you can draw or get one rune exhausted. She's very good against Kaiser or removal decks. If they play anything like the double 3 damage on Kiana, they have to recycle 3 runes instead of 2 or even 4 because they double target her to kill her. And yeah, you get advantage with card draw if you can conquer. If you have to recycle a lot of runes, you can get them back if you did an early clockwork and to draw into her. You still don't lose the game early on runes. Next one is 2 Set. I'm just testing him right now, but he's a 4 might unit and comes with a buff, and you can spend that buff to give him +4 mights, so he's an 8 might unit if you got the buff, and when he conquers you get that buff even back. So I mainly keep him to conquer aggressive the battlefield if my opponent holds it, and you can do some combos like play him, use the buff, go to 8, and play this pit rookie, buff him again, and then use that buff. So he's 12, and then you can, most battlefields you can conquer that with 12 might, and then he still gets another buff if he conquers. Or you can stuff like that with the first mate, buff him, conquer, get the buff again, move back with the first mate, active with first mate, move back, play another first mate, buff again, and get the other battlefield. So that's some basic combos. The next unit is Snapvine. On play, he deals damage to another unit, so they fight against each other. Probably the best unit in this deck for getting some good tempo. And yeah, you kill basically everything the opponent plays from his first or second turn with 6 might, so you can kill the stuff on the battlefield and then conquer with your other unit, or just get the point advantage so he don't get any point for holding. And the last one is one White Flame Protector. Is your highest body in this deck, and when you play him you buff another unit with 8 might. So you play him if you're in a disadvantage and have to conquer a battlefield when your opponent got a lot of units or power on there. So you give a pit rookie or some small unit +8, so they are 10, and they can go for a conquer easy. And he's a big beefy body in the next turn, so you can conquer aggressive with him. So we go to my combat tricks. Play 3 on guard, just a cheap buff, and you profit with the battlefield I showed you earlier, and most of the time he only got one unit at the battlefield, so you get for one energy you get +2. Even if you got something in the base alone and the enemy wants to shoot that card, you can buff it with On Guard and save it. Next one, probably the best buff spell, Discipline, is a reaction, +2 might, and you draw one, so basically you cycle with this card for free. And if you got the battlefield, you can even draw 2 cards with that. So you get in, you save your unit and draw 2 cards, and you make +1 card in hand, so you don't lose anything. Next one is Primal Strength. It gives 1 unit +7 might. So I'm just testing this card right now, but it feels very good. It's the same like the dragon, just as a spell. It gets a lot of power and you can aggressive conquer the battlefields. The only problem is against green decks, if they play this card can be defied. So you use like 4 runes to 1 and get countered, but in the mirror you think that, or if the opponent plays green, but otherwise this card is also very good. The next combat trick, the card I most like in this deck is Charm. For 1 you can just move an enemy unit, so even if you hold the battlefield with a unit, you can use Charm and pull one of their units from the base to this battlefield, or from the other battlefield to this one. It starts a combat and you are defending, so you get +2 from Master E, and most of the time you kill that enemy unit easy. Or you can do some sneaky plays. If your opponent got 1 big unit on their battlefield and you need to conquer that for the win, you can just charm that unit back to base and then go for the conquer. Then we go to the defensives of this deck. I did play 1 Wind Wall, just counter any spell. For the big spells like the +5 pump spell or Singularity or all the big stuffs that gets played, but I didn't use it at all in this tournament. Always my first card that I sided out, and I think, yeah, it was just good to have in the deck if someone plays a lot of big spells, but didn't happen this tournament. Next one is Defy, the cheaper counter spell. Just for 1 you can counter a spell with 4 energy and just 1 power. It saves you from a lot of removal, or in the mirror you can counter your enemy's pump spell and save a lot of units. The only problem is if you use these early, you lose a lot of runes. But yeah, I think you better keep this for late game and save important stuff. Next one is Zonias, probably the card with the most problem with rulings. You can play this as a gear, you can play this in your base or hidden on a battlefield, and if next time a friendly unit dies, you can destroy this and save the unit so it goes back to base. Yeah, very good for protection against removal decks or even battles. And keep in mind, if you the buffs on the unit from set, or if you use a pump spell, maybe in your turn, and try to conquer and got Sonia's, and your unit dies and goes back to base, you can still use a first mate to set it active, and they still got the buffs from the other spells, and you can conquer again. And yeah, that's for that. So we go to the sideboard. I played one Adaptotron because I thought. So first of all, he's if he conquers, you can kill a gear. I thought if there were some decks with gears, like Dazzle deck, or Darius plays the hook. Yeah, I think mostly these two decks. You can play him and destroy that. I think for the Dazzle deck I'm too fast, so I don't need him for that, but yeah, still got one there. I think I sided him in the mirror, but yeah, it was not really useful. Next one is 2 Sabotage. Your opponent reveals his hand and you can recycle one of their non-unit cards. So meanwhile, I think Sabotage is just better than Windwall because it's cheaper, and if you know your opponent's deck or assume some spells that they play, you can just play this a turn before against Victor with the pump spell that gives +5. Just play this if he got a lot of units, and you can watch his hand and just take that spell out. Same with Dazzle, if you think your opponent's gonna be a Dazzle deck, just play Sabotage before their 9 rune turn, pick his Dazzle out of the hand, and yeah, most of the time they don't do anything after that. Next card is Unending Spirit. This prevents all damage and all spell and ability damage just for 1 power, or basically 1 energy, 1 power. Yes, very good against Kai'Sa again, or Lux, or even Victor if they play the shark that deals 6 damage. Just a very cheap protection for the whole turn. And yeah, you have to not use all your pump spells to save your units, you just can use this and your units are safe for the whole turn. And the last one was 2 Deathbloom Predator. I played this just for the long game. If I play against decks that drag me to end game, I side this in so I can conquer immediately if they got something on the battlefield. And he got deflect, so the opponent used a lot of runes to even target this. So that's for the decks. The change I would make, I think I would side out the Windwall from the main deck. I would get another white flame protector and take the Windwall for sure out or to the sideboard, and maybe change some battlefields. But and for the sideboard I would take out the Adaptotron and add maybe another of the Sabotage, because they come in very clutch. So for the matchups, I got first game against Sin. I won that 2-0. The second game was against Jinx. That was a 2-1 victory for me. Next one was Yi. I lost that pretty hard with a 0-2. Then round 4 I got a Timo. I lost the first game there, but managed to get back 2-1. Round 5 was Kaiser. Won that 2-0. Round 6 was another mirror match with V. That one I lost 2 with 0-2. The first game I just got stumped. In the second game I made a big misplay, and after that I lost the game. And round 7 was a no-show. I think maybe my opponent assumed that there were no 7th round, because on round 6 there was only one player undefeated, but they told at the start they play 7 rounds, so, or maybe it was too late because it was already 2 AM in the EU, so maybe it was just too late and he dropped them. So yeah, that's for the deck profile. I think I will upload the games in the next days, so you can watch them, and leave a like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you think of this deck, and see you next video.